Ladies and gentlemen, what a day. You'll get everything you need to know about the biggest story that took place hours back in my last segment. So you'll get all the passion, the energy, the feeling, the emotion, the analysis regarding that in my last segment prior to this one. So click on that one. But what do we have here? Grand jury indicts former Obama White House counsel Gregory Craig. Gee, what's going on? A former Obama White House counsel? That's bizarre. The sad and pathetic thing about all of this is that you had 2 years of a Mueller probe, no obstruction. Well, you can't obstruct an unlawful endeavor, an unethical, immoral, insidious 2-year probe meant only to be to go after the political rivals of Madam Cyberhack and the Democratic Party. But you had 2 years of this probe ended. They have egg on their face. The media is at an all-time low in terms of trustworthiness. The Democratic Party stands for nothing other than just opposing Trump. They promised every single day that Trump would get indicted, every single day. And the difference between me saying that Clinton was going to get indicted is that James Baker, the FBI legal counsel, Lisa Page, Baker is also under a criminal investigation. They agreed with me. Obviously, she transferred top secret and special access program intelligence, which is why the United States government, in terms of the FBI, in terms of FBI officials, wanted to indict Clinton. They wanted to indict Clinton. They were overruled by James Comey. But that was, make no mistake, this was not the Clinton cover-up. You had FBI officials who agreed with H.A. Goodman that indictments were imminent. They thought the indictments were imminent also. And it was not, and Comey lied to Congress numerous times, one of which was stating, it was a unanimous decision. No, it wasn't. He also leaked classified memos. So if they're going after other people, they should go after, the director of the FBI that actually leaked classified memos to start and initiate this probe. But you have 2 years of a probe culminating in nothing, and at the end, there are no further indictments of any officials linked to President Trump. Why? Because there was no evidence. It was completely fabricated, complete nonsense. 2 years. Oh my God, connect these dots, but you can't connect any dots on the left. You can't possibly connect any dots with Hillary Clinton or the foundation, or the fact that money flowed into the Clinton Foundation amid the Russian uranium deal. Bill Clinton received $500,000 from a Moscow investment bank. Bill Clinton met with Vladimir Putin to speak about golf, Brexit, and grandchildren, apparently. This is what he spoke about when he met with Attorney General Loretta Lynch. We can go on forever. The whole thing was a bunch of nonsense. But all they have to show for it is actually the culmination. The last indictment here is a man with direct links to the Democratic Party, President Obama, and in an interesting way, Clinton. But grand jury indicts former Obama White House counsel Gregory Craig. Gregory Craig, the former White House counsel, was charged by a federal grand jury on Thursday with making false statements and concealing material information about his work in private practice, lobbying on behalf of the Ukrainian government. The 2-count indictment filed in a U.S. District Court in Washington, D.C. says Craig, 74, purposely and repeatedly misled federal investigators about his need to register as a foreign lobbyist, including in 2017 when interviewed by prosecutors for Special Counsel Robert Mueller. So, the Mueller probe has done absolutely nothing to protect this nation, nothing to protect you, me, our families, this country. The Democratic Party views politics as an extension of its quest for political influence. That's it. They don't care. And so this is kind of like, it's kind of a slap in the face. I'm looking at this in a different way from some people. Some people say, yes, finally a Democrat gets it. But I'm looking at this like the guy's 74 years old. I'm viewing this in the same manner as they went after Manafort for an ostrich feather jacket. Yeah, Manafort was shady, fine. But he had nothing to do with Trump-Russia collusion because there was none, and it was fabricated with a Steele dossier purchased by Clinton and a whole Russian hacking myth started by CrowdStrike, another entity outsourced by Clinton and Democrats. They purchased their own 2 years of investigation, and I swear it's just hilarious when you people on the left are like, it was completely lawful. This had to do with national security. No, it didn't. Well, do you want a hostile foreign nation influencing our electorate? If they can do that, they can do anything. I don't care because I don't really care. I'm not on Facebook. I deleted my Facebook and my Twitter, which is what I think everyone should do. But even if that were true, we would have to then ask the vice president of Facebook, how many people saw the ads? Well, most of the ads were seen after the election. Oh, okay. What was the goal of these ads? Oh, it was to just sow discord, not to elect Trump. Oh, okay. That's what the vice president of Facebook stated. That's what the vice president of Facebook stated on Twitter. Okay? Then he got, of course, heat for it. Oh, my God. Well, yeah, I didn't mean that they didn't try to influence a little bit the election. Look, Democrats... Anyway, now a Democrat is nabbed in this. Craig, who served under President Barack Obama during his first year in office in 2009, is the first Democrat to face criminal charges in a case with ties to the Mueller investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election. While the special counsel's investigation officially wrapped up last month, the Justice Department recently said it was placing new emphasis on examining foreign lobbying activities that became a frequent part of Mueller's efforts. So, this is a bad precedent because Mueller has you have to register as a foreign agent. It's like, okay, I see the importance in that, but then again, it's not. This 74-year-old lawyer, even if his work, so apparently his work with Manafort resulted in a report at issue for Craig is work he did in 2012 after his White House stint, at a law firm preparing a report concerning Ukrainian President Yanukovych jailing one of his political opponents, former Prime Minister Yulia Tymoshenko. The report was meant to be used by President Donald Trump's former campaign manager, Paul Manafort, who had been lobbying for Yanukovych at the time and to defend the former president. Okay, at issue here is not even the substance of the report. Let's say the report was not ethical or not accurate or whatever. At issue here is the fact that he refused to, or that he mischaracterized, or he allegedly failed to report that he was a foreign agent. According to the 22-page indictment, Craig was aware of federal requirements to register as a foreign lobbyist, but didn't want to do it, quote, at least in part because he believed doing so could prevent him and others from taking positions in the federal government in the future. Okay, so, yeah, I understand. This is a technicality. He broke the law, allegedly, possibly. How does going after this man protect us? How did the Mueller probe in any way protect us? I'm looking at this from a different vantage point, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking at this I don't see retribution in this. We're going to see political retribution, the big payback, the James Brown big payback equivalent very soon. But I don't see political retribution in this particular indictment. I just see the culmination of a completely failed experiment called the Mueller probe. A losing 2-year, sad, just pathetic endeavor that actually then the last indictment, isn't that interesting? The last indictment is a Democrat. And now we have Andrew McCabe, who is in all of them. McCabe, Comey, Strzok. Today could be the day that the indictments, that we get the indictments in terms, or the criminal referrals. You had William Barr yesterday confirming. He's like, yeah, spying did occur. And they're like, you're not saying that President Obama or Democrats spied on Trump. He's like, yes, I think that is the case. I don't know if it was justified, but that is the case. And then everyone's like, he said that? No, this is the United States government. And then even Nancy Pelosi was like, I can't believe he's a lackey of Trump. It's like, what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do after 2 years of saying that Trump worked with Russia and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da? What are you gonna do? You have no more political momentum. AOC is a gift to the Republican Party and Trump. My God. All the progressive politicians and pundits who pontificate now are a gift to all Trump supporters. Nobody takes you seriously if you're pontificating. And if you're, oh my God, and this person is this, and this person is nationalist. Nobody cares what you think. It's all a Twitter world. They live in the equivalent of this, just a digital cyber reality. It's basically like Tron. They're stuck in Tron. Remember like the old 80s film Tron? I guess there was a remake also, where they're like in the video game. That's the Democratic Party. They are in their own video game that they've created. They think they've created this. They live on Twitter. Look. If you've gotten anything from this segment, which is perhaps doubtful, but if you've gotten anything from this, understand that there are Democrats, the majority of liberal voters spend probably 2 to 3 hours on Twitter every day, if they're interested in politics. Okay? And if you're really interested, a lot more than that. I didn't do that, but I was like I tried to get out of conversations as fast as I could the last couple years of me being on Twitter. But I deleted my account because it is a world that they think that Twitter is reality. Oh yeah? Snarky snark, 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 snarky snark. Oh yeah? How many retweets did I get? 500? 12? 200? Yeah, I showed them. I'm fighting the good fight. You're not fighting any fight. Trump 2020 can't happen soon enough. Oh my God, Trump 2020 can't happen soon enough. And look, check out my last segment for my thoughts on what just took place. And God bless Assange. But it can't happen soon enough. This country has been taken down a very, very dangerous path. No, truly a very, risky path. And when it goes down, and when Andrew McCabe gets indicted, and James Comey and Peter Strzok, all of these corrupt officials, because we know the writing's on the wall. We know there was Sean Hannity, whether it's Congressman Devin Nunes, Jim Jordan, when Chuck Grassley and Lindsey Graham are on board, it's on. They're the establishment Republicans. Former Obama officials committed crimes, and this guy, I'm not rejoicing that Gregory Craig is indicted. The guy's 74 years old. He's nothing to do with me or with you or with this country in terms of what Democrats have done to it. He is an unfortunate victim of a vile attempt at ousting Trump. But when it goes down, they are going to, oh my God, they're going to say, you indicted Comey and Strzok and McCabe and Baker and Page and John O'Brien. No, there's criminal investigations. He's a tyrant. That's it. We need Amy we need Amy Klobuchar to be vice president of Madam Secretary, because Madam Secretary is the only person tough enough to battle this inhuman monster, this orange madman. And you already hear it on the cable shows that nobody watches anymore. Like, this is on Twitter. They're like, he's a tyrant now. He's a tyrant. We haven't seen this since Attila the Hun. He's a criminal charge now. And then William Barr's a lackey. He's a lackey of Trump. Everything, it's all unraveling. It's like the Wicked Witch of the West. I'm melting. They're melting, and they're going to be so upset. But it's just like, look, I think we've all had this in our lives. You have to break up with somebody, and you're like, oh my God, what's the reaction going to be? Sometimes, well, maybe, hopefully we haven't all, but like sometimes, you're with somebody, and you're like, oh boy, if I break up with this person, it's like the reaction's going to be, but you got to deal with it anyway. You got, leave the relationship. You got to deal with it anyway, and then, whatever it is, just prepare for it. But, they are going to melt down worse than ever. They're going to say that this is no longer America. They're going to probably say the most absurd things. Let them just get it out of their system. Don't worry anymore what Democrats or what cable stations or what Twitter says, ever. President Trump has to do his thing, and that's it. So this grand jury indictment of Obama White House counsel Gregory Craig, it just reminded me of how sad and irrelevant the Mueller probe was. Irrelevant in terms of what it found, and regarding collusion. The whole thing was fabricated by Democrats, and then you still have people on the left who are like, it was complete. There was nothing illegal. There's a very popular station. One of the women on this thing, there was nothing illegal. Oh, really? Utilizing a dossier wasn't illegal when the DOJ actually told the FBI. You had Obama's Justice Department actually telling the FBI, "Hey, don't use the dossier," and they're like, "No, we're going to use it anyway." Judges are supposed to be given all the exculpatory information. They were given none. They're supposed to be told that, Madam Cyberhack purchased the dossier. They didn't. They weren't told. And then you get the left with this appeal to authority. They love authority when it works for them. Like, well, the judges ruled that it was fine, so there must have been all the information needed. Like, no, the judges were deceived, or they were just intimidated. You have the full weight of the United States government, the FBI, saying, you must give us this FISA warrant. Why? Because the Russians. You must. Like Cold War II. And then they're like, well, Trump represents everything horrible. And then they're the xenophobic ones, blaming a country for their failures. Ever wonder how that's possible? How these people could be the moral beacon, the moral, the lighthouse in terms of morality of our age, where it's just like nauseating and hilarious. If you can get through the nausea, you can't stop laughing at these people. We're so moral. We're gonna. No, you're not. No, you're not only are you not moral, you're immoral, and you blame another country, which is the definition of xenophobia, for your failures. Oh no, yeah, you wanted to start another Cold War because you lost, because you think Facebook ads swung the election, or the DNC was hacked by Russia because they didn't have enough of they wanted the 80% left of U.S. uranium capacity. See, the 20% of U.S. uranium capacity wasn't enough, don't you see? That wasn't enough. They really were really scared of Madam Cyberhack. Oh my goodness, they were so scared. Meanwhile, Putin and Bill Clinton, could you imagine being a fly on the wall in that house? Bill Clinton met with Vladimir Putin. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. Share this segment everywhere. Check out HA2A below. My writing in the Federalist, the Daily Caller, the Jerusalem Post. And ladies and gentlemen, God bless Assange. Check out my segment prior to this one. Thank you so very much. My Patreon link, by the way, is below if you want to support my voice long term. Thank you.